Hey there, welcome back. It is so good to see you. We're going to be doing a refresh of my Shop My Stash series that I really late started last month. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the products that I had picked for May and follow along my journey for picking products for June, then stay tuned. We're doing this a little bit different. I'm actually going to talk to you about the products instead of show you my drawer, kind of show you each product and talk about it. I'm going to be physically here in front of the camera because we just want to be different today. So starting off with the first product that I had pulled in and something that was been a constant since November of last year, and it is my Heimish tone-up sunscreen. This is Bulgarian Rose Tinted Tone-Up Sunscreen. This is something that I have been using religiously under my makeup because I just don't typically use sunscreen underneath my foundation in previous years, and then I started to really remind myself and say, hey, look, I need to take this serious, I need to start using it, I need to be a little bit more thoughtful in the aspect if I can put sunscreen on the rest of my body, I should be taking care of my face as well. So this one is good. It works well with all of the foundations that I have been using it with, as well as some of the primers that I have been pairing this with. The only issue that I keep talking about it, and I always have like that little sort of gripe issue with it, is that it does leave a white cast. But if I'm putting on makeup on top, it doesn't really bother me that much, but it just means that I cannot use this on its own if I wanted to on my no makeup days. Except for primer, I had pulled out the Essence Prime Plus Studio. As you can see, it's looking a little bit different just because I cut it, because I felt like I was kind of closer to the end than I thought I was, because I still do have quite a bit of primer left in here. As you can see, we are still kind of like, we're probably about here, which is, I guess it's not that much, but we're still trucking along with this. I don't have that much left. This one is good. It's not really a favorite. It's okay. I don't think they even sell this anymore. It's probably discontinued. But for some reason, I guess I really liked this primer several years ago. And then as I'm re-putting it back in and refamiliarizing myself, I've noticed that it's not the best. It doesn't really have a hydrating factor to it. It's not as extremely hydrating as I would hope for, as that I've previously experienced with other primers. It's okay. It has a little bit of a thicker consistency to it. It's not like completely lotion, but it's like almost there. And it is, like you saw, white. But I mean, it's good. It's been working with the foundation that I had used it, the two foundations that I have been using it with. The next product I pulled in was the foundation, and now this is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And as you can see, it is cut, it is gone, it is empty. I talked about this in my May empties, which is either going up before this or after this. Either way, it will be up, but I finished that foundation and I had to pull in another one, which I will talk about in a minute, but this one was pretty decent. It's not a favorite. I did find that this shade, which I believe is the shade called Medium Light, is a little bit too dark for me, so I will have to go down or two shades or a shade lower than this, less, I don't know how you word that, because this one was a noticeable difference from my face to my neck. I much prefer this with a dry sponge, and with a wet sponge it also looks fine, but it's not like my favorite method. It does apply and work. I just found that the last few times I used this with a brush, it just was sitting on my skin. It just looked weird. It was like, what was I doing with myself? Who let me out of the house looking like this but me? So I just didn't really like it with a brush anymore. I very much liked it with a dry sponge, and so that's just the way that I was really enjoying this. So the foundation, to replace the previous one that I had finished, I pulled in the Away Studio from Shop My Stash. This is their Luminous Skin Avail BB Cream. This is one of my favorite foundations, and I talk about this in like my top products in each category video, which I will link in the description box. This is, oh, I just love this so much. I had to bring this out because I was kind of touring. I was teetering between using a foundation that maybe I was neglecting or that I didn't really care for, or a favorite. And I was like, you know what? Makeup is perishable. I should just enjoy it while I can, because one day it'll expire and then I'll regret it if I don't ever touch it or use it. So I'm trying to rewire my brain in that sense, and I pulled this back out. I love this so much. It's what I'm wearing today. It has such a like healthy, dewy just look to the skin. It just blends in, it melts, it just looks so freaking good. Every product that I have on top of it just blends seamlessly, and it just lasts all day, and it just looks gorgeous. Like, nothing bad to say about this. I just think that the shade, which I picked up in M1, I think it's just a tad bit dark, but I can definitely make it work. The next product I forgot to mention, like around the primer area section that I was talking about, this is the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer. This is their luminizer. This is supposed to be like the e.l.f. Halo Glow, Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, all of those like glow boosters, glow enhancers that have been popping up in the market over the past like 2 years now or so, and this is no different. It's good. I didn't quite know what to think of it when I first tried it. I was like, I didn't like it, and I don't know why it looks this way and why it does what it did. And then I was like, give it another shot, and this time around, I really enjoy it. This does give a little bit of glow to my face and underneath my foundation, and it gives my foundation a much more like glowy sort of appearance to it. I didn't mind it pairing it with this Wet n Wild hydrator. I felt like it gave the boost that it needed, and that's kind of the effect that I was looking for with that foundation, rather than just looking sort of, not completely matte, but it just looked very flat, and just looked very, like, just, I don't know, unattractive. And then underneath this foundation, which I'm not wearing today, but it does give that extra little bit of glow or dewiness on top of the already sort of luminous aspect that this has. But this is good. I'm enjoying it. I just sometimes forget to use this, even though it sits on my vanity. So hopefully I will use it more. For concealer, I pulled out the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I feel like I am not, like, I guess nearing the end, but not really, just because I know that there's product probably on the sides of the packaging, so I will have to decant this, which I will do a recording of a makeup chores, and it'll be uploaded probably in the next couple of weeks or so. So just stay tuned for another one of that one, because I have been enjoying that one, and this time around it's just a little bit different, so I hope you guys enjoy that one. I don't mind that it has a little sponge tip applicator. I know some people don't really prefer that. I don't really care or mind it too much. I find that it's, you know, a nice sort of like way to apply the concealer without having to pull out another brush. It's not anything crazy. You know, it kind of covers up my dark circles a little bit. It blends fine. It doesn't really have any sort of like spectacular aspects to it. It's just, I want to use it up because I have 10 other concealers that I need to get through, or I need to at least touch. But this one was pretty decent, and it has been pretty decently working for me since pulling this in. For bronzer, I pulled in the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer, and this one's in the shade Light. Now this one, I forgot how good it is. I definitely do not need a lot. I just tap my brush in just like a couple times, and it appears up and shows up. I can get a little heavy-handed with this one, and it does turn out to be a little bit darker on my skin, and that's not the direction I want to go in. I just want to bronze up my skin just a little bit, but this blends beautifully. It looks beautiful. I am wearing it today. I just forgot how good it is, and I was like, why did I neglect this for so long? I don't know why I neglect some of these products, but it's such a nice reminder when doing shop my stashes or project pans and things like that, to be reminded of those products that you liked, but you just completely forgot about. So I enjoyed this, and I am very happy that this got use and it got loved. Then for blush, I originally was starting to use all of my NYX Plush Gel lipsticks that I had decanted. They were probably my oldest lipsticks in my collection, and I know it sounds disgusting for some, and it sounds very unsanitary, and it sounds very like, whoa, like you shouldn't be doing that, and I understand, but I have not had an allergic reaction, so I will continue to use it. So I was using 3 lipsticks just to create like my own sort of custom blushes. I would mix, it was a pink, an orange, and like a berry tone, so if I wanted a berry, I would just use a berry, or just the orange, or just the pink, and then most days I would just combine them all. And then I was like, that's got a little bit of a hassle, so I just removed all the lipsticks, put it in a container, and melted them together, and this is what it comes up with. This one is a sort of like dark pink color. I think the berry very much overtook the rest of the colors. Now it looks kind of dirty and it looks old, and I'm not too sure if that is because the lipsticks are aging faster in this container, or if it's because I use the brush and it kind of makes this sort of like dirty ring around it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not having a reaction either still, but I mainly use this on the outer part of my face. So I use my light blush that I will talk about in a minute, and then I use this on like the outer part of it just to kind of create like an ombre blush, something that I don't normally do. But I've been enjoying doing that just because, you know what, play with makeup, have some fun. So the other blush that I pulled in is my other concoction that I created a couple of years ago of my other old lipsticks. It was an Ulta Beauty one, and then 2 Wet n Wild ones, and this is what it created. Now this one, I love the color of it, and I think this is my perfect like blush shade that I have ever encountered. Like, I do enjoy pinks, I do enjoy peaches, I do enjoy just a little bit of orange, but this sort of like mauvey, like neutral pink tone blush is just incredibly flattering, and I love the way it looks. And this I have been using on just like this front part of my face. I'm still enjoying this one. This one will also be finished. I'll call it an empty at the end of this year, just because of how old, and I've tried to use it up in 2024, and then 2 years later I'm still trying to use it up, so I figured it needs to retire. For highlighter, I pulled in my Temu product. This is the Liquorine Beauty one. This is just a calling a multi-use stick, but it's a highlighter, and it's supposed to be like the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, contour, and blush swans that she comes out with. I know it's a little bit dirty. I try to clean this every single time I use it, but it just manages to keep getting dirty. I do like the on and off mechanism. I'm not going to touch it because it's dirty. I don't mind the sponge tip applicator, but I love the shade on this one. It is just that perfect sort of like natural highlighter glow to it. I'm wearing it today. I knew I love this highlighter. I just cannot get enough of it. Brows I'm still using and trucking along. I think I'm beating this thing to the bush, honestly. Like, that phrase is, you're killing, what is it? Not killing a dead horse. You're beating a dead horse. That's what I feel with this one. So I am, as of filming this, I'm filming this a little, like a week early into May. But by the time that this June update goes up, I'm pretty sure that this will be gone. But yeah, this is the, anyways, I didn't mention the NYX eye and eyebrow pencil. I believe this is in the shade like medium brown or just medium or something like that. Absolutely love this one. This has worked for my brows. This has filled them in. It looks good. It's a little bit dark. I feel like sometimes I can apply it a little heavy-handed, but I mean, it's creamy. I love eyebrow pencils for my brows. It creates like nice little like tails, shape, fills them in. Perfect. We're good to go. And then the other one that I have been using because my sister gave this to me, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to throw it in as like a product that I'm using up and don't really talk too much about it. This is, I guess, a sample size of the Benefit Gimme Brow. This one is, I don't even know what shade it is, but it's a brown. It's got the little spoolie with the color on it, and I just use this first to brush through my brows, give it a little color, and then I'll go in and fill it in with my pencil just to kind of fill in those sparse areas or anything that I'm missing. And I think it does fine. I don't really care for these types of products on their own, so it's not something that I would purchase on my own volition. I just use it to use it up. Because for eye primer, I'm still using the About Face Smoothing Shadow Fix. This is what's gifted to me by a friend on Instagram. I'm enjoying this one. I have no problems with this one, no issues. I just apply it, put my eyeshadows on, and it blends, and I have no issues with muddiness, with not blending, with not showing up, with pigment, any of that. It has worked fine, no creasing, and then no really issues at all that I could ever think of. And the last products that I have for May are the two mascaras that I have been using. This one is the Makeup Revolution, it's just Revolution Lift and Define 5D Lash Waterproof. Again, I don't care for this one. I think I talked about my opinions on it in the last update, and I'll probably keep telling y'all the same, or just summarize it. Basically, I do not like this mascara. I don't care for it. I don't think it gives me 5D lash. It's waterproof, but it doesn't hold my lashes, and it flakes just awful. Like, I will apply it, my lashes will fall. It does not, I mean, it gives it some length, it gives it some color, but a couple hours later, my lashes are already lower, and I can already see like little mascara flakes underneath my eyes, and it's not a very pretty look. So the other one is the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash, and this one I actually kind of like. I finally figured out the way to use this, and it is absolute beautiful mascara once you do, and I am using it today. They actually have my lashes hold up, the curl is there, it looks beautiful, they look thick, they look black, they look like I'm awake, and you can see my beautiful lashes, and they make them look so long. So the way that I found to make this work is that once I curl my lashes, I will work on one eye at a time. I curl my lashes, I will apply this at the very tip of my lashes. So then I will let that kind of dry, settle, and I'll go curl this side very carefully, and then I will apply it to the tip. And once this dries, I work on this eye, and then I go from the base of my lashes to the top, wiggle it, you know, swirl it, and get every sort of lash coated. And this is what you see, and it just has this beautiful effect. So it does take some effort, but once you figure it out, and once you do what I said, it looks absolutely beautiful. So other products, some of these will be switched out, and some of these categories might have double ups. So let's go to pick some June products. Primer, I don't think I'm going to choose anything here just because I'm okay with the primer that I'm working on. Until I finish that, then I will pull in another one. Foundation, I'm debating if I want to swap it out already or if I want to continue using it or what. I know that I'm going to be picking out this one. This is the L'Oreal tinted one, and mixed with the Essence Pretty Fresh, something like that. It's decanted in here. I'm not going to open it just because I made a mess earlier when recording my 6 in 2026. So this is featured in that project pan, which if you want to keep up with it, I will leave the playlist down below. But I'm going to pull this out because I am determined to use this and get my thoughts on it. So that's definitely getting pulled in, and kind of debating to have maybe, I don't know, 3 foundations or just stay with the one I pulled in, because that one I've probably only been using for like a week and a half. So I think we're going to keep that one. So I kind of want to play around with these a little bit. This is another AOA Studio. This is the Air Cream Foundation. I have 2 because whenever I tried this one, which is L2, I thought it was a perfect match because, I mean, look at it. In the packaging, it looks like it would match me. And it's actually pretty ghostly. So then I bought the M1 shade so that I could mix the 2, and I think I obviously used it, but I don't remember my thoughts on it. I don't remember how it looks. I finally have a brush to use this with. So for bronzer, I am actually going to pull in, I think I kind of want to use the, I'm debating on the AOA ones or the Hard Candy. I think I'm actually going to go with Hard Candy. This one is a newer one. I would say newer one in my collection, but I mean, it is newer because I don't think I played with it that much compared to some of these other ones, so kind of want to see. I know that this one was cold when I tried it, and I don't remember how the shade looked. This is the Hard Candy Face Off Bronzer, and I have the shade called Sweet Tea, so I think I'm going to play around with this one a little bit. For blush, I'm actually going to swap out one of the blushes, which I put back. This is my Plush Gel concoction, so that one is actually going to get back in my drawer. And the blush that I am going to, I think, mix with my other sort of concoction, my older one, I think it's going to be this one. I have not used this one in forever, so I think this is the AOA Studio Color Flush Liquid Blush in the shade called Cherry Wood. Concealer, I have been pairing this one. This is actually a color corrector. This is the e.l.f. Camo color corrector, and then I think just Peach, if I'm not mistaken. Have it out, but I should, bring it back out. Or at least like have it in my drawer just so that I remember. I don't know that I will finish that Milani one this month. I feel like I still have quite a bit, so I don't want to pick a concealer yet because I feel like that's still early. Mascaras, I'm still working on the same ones. These brows, since y'all guys saw how freaking tiny and beat up that eyebrow pencil is, I'm actually going to pick a new one. I'm going to go with this one, the QIC Dazzling Eyes Double Eyebrow Pencil. This is like a triangle, sort of like typical, I guess, eyebrow pencil. And then I believe this is just in the shade like, it's in the shade 03, and it's like a brownish sort of color. And for highlighters, since I am putting this one back in, even though I still want to use that one, I actually enjoy that one so much. I also enjoy this one as well. Oh, not this one. This one, but I had it just a couple of months ago, so I'm like, should I use it? And then I think I was using one of these, or have I? I don't think I have, actually. Okay, so maybe I'll pull this one back in. I was going to pull this one in again, but it's AOA Studio. And because like I feel like I can finish this, but then I'm like, maybe I can't. So anyways, I'll leave that there. I think I'll bring this one back out, use it again, I don't know. But I would pull in a powder. I like a powder highlighter. I just don't want to fuss with the powder. So I think this is the highlighter we will be using. And then for palettes, these are all of my focus palettes for the month of June, which I go about talking and updating y'all in my No Pan Left Behind eyeshadow project pan video, which will be linked below. But I'm pulling out the Bright Lights Pinky Rose, the Cosmic Beauty Muse palette. This is the Profusion Festival palette. I have my Blend Bunny Blends palette, and then my Pan That palette of Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. So those will all stay there. So I still have pulled in, as of right now, the one single shadow in here. I can't really show you, I'm one-handed right now, but this is from my deck of panning, so that would be there. And then I still also have my Day Day Signature Drops of Fantasy eyeshadow palette. That is also my deck of panning, and I'm trying to No Pan Left Behind as well as create 4 looks with it. I have 2 so far, so we are still trucking along with that one. And then my other palette that I decluttered and I brought back out, and I am trying to hit pan on all of the shadows, so this will also be sort of staying here on the side of my vanity. I apologize for this unsightly, ugly view of all the products that I am pulling out and using for June, but this is just kind of how I arrange it on my vanity. It's just kind of mishmash, hodgepodge, a mess, and I just kind of pick and grab. So this is the array of products we'll be working with for June. We'll see how well I do. We'll see if I have any empties with some of these and kind of my thoughts. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is a little bit different. I'm going to try and change it up from, month to month. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye-bye, guys.